There have been a lot of companies going through lots of layoffs, but it looks like Amazon is next on the list because they have announced new rounds of several hundred job cuts across Prime Video, Amazon MGM Studios, and Twitch. I have a few things to show off, but before we get into the topic, if you enjoy the content I create, check out the links in the description, follow me on social media, and consider supporting through Patreon or via YouTube memberships. So I wanted to start with this Bounding into Comics article. It's what I'm primarily going to be referencing. It says, in continuing a year of brutal layoffs which have swept across nearly every branch of the company, Amazon has announced that they will be undertaking yet another round of job cuts. The efforts this time focused around their three core entertainment efforts of Amazon MGM Studios, Prime Video, and Twitch. Now, Amazon has been shoveling out tons of money in these sectors, and it looks like they're finally fed up. They have to start making some cuts. It says this latest news regarding the tech conglomerate's currently shaky operational status was first revealed to each division's workforce on January 10th, courtesy of their respective executive leaders. And, like the Amazon Studios vice president informed them that in seeking to reduce or discontinue investments in certain areas, while increasing our investment and focus on content and product initiatives that deliver the most impact, he has made the decision to eliminate several hundred roles across the organizations. And he talks about how this was a difficult decision and one that his leadership team and him do not take lightly. That really doesn't matter to the people that you've laid off or the consumers that you have let down over the years. But on the other side of things, getting away from the entertainment divisions themselves, we're talking about Twitch, because also in a message to his own team, which confirmed to be losing at least 500 members, the Twitch CEO Dan Clancy, who's completely out of touch with everyone, said, "As you all know, we have worked hard over the last year to run our business as sustainably as possible. Unfortunately, we still have work to do to right-size our company, and I regret having to share that we are taking the painful step to reduce our headcount and by just over 500 people across Twitch." Now, obviously, we are talking about Amazon, absolutely massive company. We are talking about large divisions here, but the way that everything is wording is very specific, going back to Amazon MGM Studios and Prime Videos, and this statement, I think the way it's worded is probably pointing to people in administrative roles, people who aren't specifically working on a project but still work for like the service Amazon Prime Video and not the IP, like programmers who work on the video encoder. They could be downsizing the amount of people that negotiate and communicate with other film studios to get other movies and shows on Amazon Prime, but it clearly stems from failed projects, which I've had to talk a lot about over the past few years. They're trying to, cost cut in other places after massive letdowns like Wheel of Time and Rings of Power because they didn't bring in more people like they were hoping. It's not like all of their shows are bad. Like Reacher is really good, don't get me wrong, but I doubt its budget is anywhere near something like Rings of Power. They've already put over $1 billion into something like Rings of Power for season 1 and the rights. But of course, there is also the COVID angle where a lot of companies overloaded on hiring in that time, and now we're shedding lots of those employees through all the corporate layoffs we've seen, and I get that's happening, but Amazon's already gone through a big wave of layoffs, and there still could be people that left that they're trying to shed, but I think there's more going on here. Clearly something else is happening with Amazon. I think it's their failures over the years, like I mentioned with Rings of Power, Wheel of Time, also Twitch losing streamers to other platforms like Kick and YouTube because of how inconsistent they are with their terms of service. All of these things are adding up and leading to layoffs amidst their desperate attempts to get viewers back to their platforms by having teams from things like Rings of Power magically change their tune about respecting source material. And I just do not see that changing anytime soon. Going into season 2 of Rings of Power, I don't particularly see them gaining a big new audience. I don't see a lot of people coming back either, and I do think that it is going to be a massive, massive money sink. And again, while they're not, I don't think talking about anyone like specifically working on those projects. They are still losing money on them, therefore they need to try to downsize. And when it comes to Twitch, oh boy, Twitch has been in a rough spot over the years. I mean, they've made some desperate attempts to get new viewers in and bring more money in. I mean, look at how not only can creators put ads on their live streams, but Twitch puts their own. They promote people on their front page that make them the most money, trying to milk people for the most money and get those viewership numbers up for those individuals. And while it doesn't come as much of a surprise to hear now that they not only are going through tons of layoffs, but also Dan Clancy confirmed that they are not profitable and they haven't been profitable. And that's, again, not very surprising. It's finally being confirmed, and it still doesn't look very good. I mean, obviously, Dan Clancy has only been the CEO of Twitch for right under a year at this point, but they still clearly brought him in hoping that he was going to, maybe make things a bit better, start turning things around. But all of this news, all of his statements here are very, very grim. I mean, people on social media are, of course, talking about this, where the Twitch CEO admits openly that Twitch is currently not profitable, and people are saying things like, I have no faith in this individual, and I'm very glad that, while YouTube has its problems, I am a YouTube content creator, because honestly, Twitch is a very, in my opinion, unstable platform. Not only are their higher-ups completely out of touch with the streamers that they have on their platform, but they also are constantly changing around their terms of service. They don't particularly listen to viewers either. And now that they're admitting, it's still not profitable, it definitely seems like at least Dan Clancy is a little bit down on his luck. He's seeming a little bit sad, like he was expecting more. People are saying things in the comments like, I'm surprised people are acting like this is new news. It's not necessarily new news, but when they're laying off hundreds of people because they're finally admitting it after years of saying it wasn't true, I mean, yeah, people are, of course, going to be talking about it. It's more so that it's just finally been confirmed. Makes you wonder if spamming 7 to 8 ads every 30 minutes of broadcasting time is worth it. Seems like most people leave or find other sources of entertainment. That is exactly the case for me. I understand that in a lot of cases, the streamer themselves are not putting ads on the product, and Twitch themselves will put ads on to larger live streams, but at the same time, I just can't stand it. Sorry, it's just not my thing. It's not a platform I particularly like, and while I do have a Twitch account and I have, dual stream there on occasion, I just don't particularly see a reason why people would leave one platform to go to another. And if you primarily view something like YouTube, what the draw for Twitch would be. There's also a lot of rumors circulating that maybe they're going to change things like the Amazon Prime, because right now they are currently taking the free Amazon Prime you get, giving it to the live streamer of your choice, and then they are making the money off of that. But the, kind of rumor right now is that they are going to actually just make it a 50% sub. So basically it's 50% the price of a normal sub, so it would be $250. I mean, who knows if they will actually do that. It would make sense, though, because then they are making some money off of the primes. I do think, though, the prime numbers in general are going to go down, and that is going to affect streamers. But clearly, Twitch has proven time and time again, they don't particularly care about the streamers. They just care about what is going to make them money, or what they believe is going to make them money. So yes, Amazon right now is facing some turmoil. Of course, many companies are facing layoffs right now, but I think that this is just a plethora of things pushing consumers away, not listening to us, creating the worst products possible. In the cases of something like Prime Video, while yes, they do have some decent content, unfortunately their big projects are just massive failures in the eyes of consumers. And then when it comes to Twitch, unfortunately for them, they have definitely made some very bad decisions over the years, and it looks like those decisions are finally catching up with them. But that's all that I really had to discuss in this video. Let everyone know your thoughts in the comment section down below. If you enjoyed this, make sure to give it a like, share it, and subscribe to the channel. And of course, if you didn't, make sure to give it a dislike. I appreciate your support either way, but I will talk to you all again in the next video really soon.